Hey y'all, Sarah Luhu here, and we are back again with Steins Gate. Last episode, things did not go great, but it's okay, we can fix this, we have a chance to fix this. So, last episode, after completing, the time link machine, we were getting ready for a party. We proceeded to have the party with Suzuha, Kurisu, Mayuri, and Daru all in the lab together. About halfway through the party, things kind of kicked off. TV reported that there was a bomb threat, and Suzuha left shortly after that. She asked us if we finished the time leap machine as well, and then just was kind of out of there on her way. After that, the doors got busted in by, like, a bunch of brawny men with guns, and they, held us at gunpoint, and then Moika saunters in and reveals that she is with CERN and has been keeping tabs on us, and she requires that us, Kurisu, and Daru all come with her, excluding Mayuri from the mix. She pointed her gun at Mayuri. Rintaro got in the way. He got knocked to the ground, and then when Mayuri reached for us, Moika shot her. And that's kind of where we're at right now. We're just dealing with the fallout from that. But the time leap machine is created. If we can do like a last stand, get our memories scanned, get them sent, then we can alter the timeline and things should be good. So, she's dead for now. Mary's dead. Her face is covered in blood. Her blood stains my hands. It's warm. You three come with us now. No more warnings. Resist and we'll kill you too. I hear a voice, but I can't comprehend what it's saying. What is this? What's going on here? Is this a joke? We may have created a monster here. This is a dream, right? Right? I feel nothing. My mind is blank. I shake Mayuri's shoulder. Mayuri? Wake up, Mayuri. You'll catch cold if you sleep here. If you're tired, you can stay overnight. Or I can take you home if you prefer. We'll ride the train back to Ikebukuro just together like we used to before Daru joined, when it was just the two of us. Memories of her smile whirl through my head. 1,000 different smiles from 1,000 different occasions. If I look away, she'll disappear. She always disappears. But now you're fine. You don't need me to be your hostage anymore. Why did you say this? Death flag, Mayuri, death flag, no! No, Mayuri, I still need you. Laugh for me, like you always do. Bring me with your silly Totoro. Tell me it's a lie, tell me you're alright. Mayuri? Ah! Red flames consume my mind, an inferno of rage and hate and rage and hate and the burning desire to kill everything I see. I gently lay the motionless Mayuri on the floor. I stand up, and then I fling myself at Moika. Die! Okabe! But before I could take a step, someone grabs my hand from behind. You can't! Let me go, let me go! You can't, they'll kill ya! Moika's gun is aimed at my head. Her finger is already on the trigger. You're gonna kill me too? If you resist. Please, Okabe, do what she says, okay? Otherwise, they'll kill you too. I tear my hand from Kurisu's grip. My vision is a tunnel with Moika on the other side. She won't get away with this. She killed Mayuri in cold blood. I'll do the same to her. No. Moika pulls the trigger. The sound of shots smites upon my eardrums. I feel sharp pain on the side of my head. I nearly lose my balance again, but I'm still alive. What happened? I realize Moika's gun is lying at our feet. Beside it, a small stone. Someone must have thrown it and knocked her gun aside. Get down! Quit! Suddenly, Suzuha is in the doorway, knocking one man down in a blink of the eye. Before anyone can react, she darts into another man's range, delivers a piercing elbow strike to his solar plexus. Real part-time warrior. The man drops to his knees, gasping for air. The remaining men turn their guns on her, but she throws the incapacitated man towards them to block their aim. She then slides into the feet of the man at the rear, tripping him forward. In a single smooth, flowing motion, drives her knee into the man's face as he falls. Who the hell? The dark-skinned man aims his rifle. But before he can fire, Suzuha snatches a stunned attacker's gun and shoots him. Ugh! Blood spurts from the man's head. Without pausing, Suzuha leaps into the air and delivers a soaring roundhouse kick to his jaw. Enough! Ooh. Go ahead and pull, Suzuha! Don't hesitate! Next thing I know, the 5 men are down and Moeka's gun is aimed at Suzuha's face. Suzuha doesn't back down. Her gun is trained on Moeka's neck. It's a standoff, neither moves. Silence returns to the room. Who are you? 42. Suzuha's reply makes no sense. She glances at me. Former CERN member, perhaps? TV. What is she saying? Turned on. What? Suddenly, Akarisu springs up and makes a break for the development room. Don't move! That's my line. I suddenly realize the mania Suzuha's words. The 42-inch TV downstairs is on. She wants me to use the time leap machine. I look at Mayuri's body. She's lying there quietly. Her eyes are closed. They'll never open again. One of the men Suzuha knocked out starts to moan. If they wake up, it's all over. Beat the shit out of them, Okarun! Suzuha looks at me again. Her eyes implore me to make my move. If I use the machine, I can avert Mayuri's death. But at the same time, it could fry my brain. Worth it! Fry my brain? So what? What is there to fear? Mayuri's dead, shot in cold blood. This isn't right. I won't accept it. Then change it. Change the past. You have the power. Use it. I stagger into the development room. Kurisu is about to put on the headgear. I pull it away from her. Okabe? I'm going back. No, I should be the one to. I grab Kurisu's wrist as she tries to take it back. I stare into her eyes wet with tears. I will save Mayuri. But what if it fails? I ignore her and put on the headgear. Moeka's last shot grazed the side of my head. My ears are still ringing and there's blood on my neck. It doesn't matter. I might fail, I might even die. But I have to try. It's my only chance to save Mayuri. Kurisu bites her lip and activates the X-68000. Okabe, Rintaro, one of them's moving. Get in there, kill them. I've got you mixed up with Kurisu, sorry. Damn kids! The crew cut man staggers into the development room. Acting purely on instinct, I grab future gadget number 4, Mode Snake, from the shelf and flick the switch. White smoke instantly fills the room, rendering it impossible to see. Kill them! Ugh. Kurisu? Okabe, are you sure? Are you sure about this, really? Do it, Kurisu. Activate the machine. Pain flares into my right arm. Was I shot? Doesn't matter. I see blue-white light shining through the smoke. The discharge is starting. The light rapidly grows brighter. The floor begins to shake. The singularity is opening. I crouch down, holding the headset steady with one hand. Wait for me, Mayuri. I won't die here. I'll cross through time to save you. Leap, my memories. Leap to the past. Leap! The world explodes into light. Oh snap, here we go. Now we get legit. Chapter 6, Metaphysics Necrosis. Mayuri. Mayuri. No matter how many times I call her name, Mary doesn't answer. Mary is standing in front of a grave, gazing at the sky. The grave belongs to her grandmother, who died when Mary was 11 years old. Her parents were always busy with work, so her grandmother was her only companion. I was close to Mary's family, so her death was sad for me too. At the wake, I expected Mary to break down and cry. She didn't. Instead, she spent the whole time gazing vacantly at her grandmother's memorial portrait. 6 months went by. I had advanced to middle school, so Mary and I no longer commuted together. But whenever I passed the cemetery on the way home, Mary would always be standing there. Every day, rain or shine, she would stand for hours before the grave, staring wordlessly at the sky as if she could see her grandmother in heaven. In her hands, an old pocket watch. The watch had belonged to her grandmother. Mary always held it when visiting the grave. Mary. No matter how many times I called her name, Mary did not answer. Back then, Mary wouldn't talk to anyone. Not to me, not even to her parents. Whenever I saw her standing there, staring at the sky, I felt an unease grip my heart. Is this a flashback, or have we actually traveled that far into the past? Her gaze was so earnest, her intentions so pure, that I feared some power might grant her wish and carry her off to heaven to join her beloved grandmother. And so, to ensure that nothing like that happened, I made sure to stop by the cemetery every day. I would stand next to this guy gazing Mary and call her name. Mary. But no matter how many times I'd call her, Mary wouldn't reply. The only sound in the lonely cemetery was the echo of my voice calling her name. It was raining that day too. Mary had a light blue umbrella. In contrast to the umbrella color, the sky was blurred gray, covered in clouds. After a while, the rain stopped. Rays of light shone through gaps in the clouds, a stunningly beautiful sight. Rembrandt's rays, they are called, or sometimes the angel's ladder. Suddenly, a strong wind swept through the cemetery. It caught Mary's umbrella and carried it into the sky. Mary seemed not to notice. She kept staring at the sky. And then slowly, so very slowly, she stretched her hand out to the sky, as if to grasp the rays of light, as if her grandmother were reaching down to pull her up. And then she lifted herself on her toes. To me, it looked as if she were floating up towards heaven. Impulsively, I grabbed Mary's outstretched hand and pulled her into my embrace. In retrospect, my fears were just a childish fantasy, but at the time, I truly believed that Mary might vanish. I won't let you go. I won't let anyone take you away. I realized how embarrassing those words coming from my mouth were. You're my hostage now, my guinea pig. It was the first excuse that came to mind. Oh, that's so fucking sweet, Oki! Oh my god, that's so sweet. Like, that just adds a whole nother dimension to it. Oh, goodness. Before her grandmother died, Mayuri and I were fans of a popular TV series about costume heroes battling evil. Is this why? It's all for Mayuri? I particularly admired the villain, a mad scientist. He even got pretty good at mimicking his lines. Now I was doing it to hide my embarrassment. I could feel my face growing red, but I kept up the mad scientist act all the same. If nothing else, it was better than admitting my insecurities. Oh my goodness, this is so sweet. They're so escaping me. As I said this, I realized Mary was shaking. Oh, she whispered. It was the first time in 6 months that I heard her speak. Her voice was choked with tears. Mayushi is your hostage. I guess I'm stuck here, huh? She smiled happily. Tears fell from her eyes. And then Mayuri buried her face in my chest. Oh, Corinne, you're such a good friend. Where am I? Who am I? Can't see, I can barely think. A terrible screech fills my head like feedback from a giant speaker. Ah! penetrates my brain like 100 sharp needles stabbing me right behind the eyes. I thought brains weren't supposed to feel pain. B. And there's more. I feel a shiver of pleasure beneath the pain, and a terrible itching like my body is on fire. Kabe. I want to crack open my skull and tear out my brain. I want to scrape out my soft gray matter with my fingers and eat it. Jesus. Oh, B. The assault on my brain is driving me crazy. Who am I? You are Okabe! What's wrong with ya? I'm assuming it's Kurisu. She's usually the one calling him Okabe. Suddenly, the shattered pieces of the world reform. I slowly come back to my senses. I'm in the lab, standing in front of the phone wave, name subject to change, with my cell phone to my ear. No, not the phone wave name subject to change. Since the headgear is attached to it, it's the time leap machine. It's hard to breathe. Give me oxygen. I hear a low, wheezing groan, and then realize that it's coming from my own throat. I close my eyes. I close my mouth, sorry, and then take a deep breath. The insides of my throat feel like they're burning. I resist the urge to cough and continue filling my lungs with air. I notice that I'm drenched in sweat. The drops sliding down my forehead are annoying. I try to wipe them away with the back of my hand. My hand obeys, slowly. Something is off. It's like my body and mind are totally in sync with each other. Almost as if it isn't really my body. As if my nerves aren't communicating properly with my extremities. I try blinking slowly. This might just be my imagination. Could this be exhaustion? I haven't slept much lately. I'm trying to move my hand again. There is no disconnect this time. This is my body. Okabe, are you listening? A familiar voice. I turn around slowly. Risu is there. She stares at me, perplexed. What was all that screaming for? What's she talking about? Are you sick? I try answering, but my voice doesn't work too well. Even more bewildered, I clear my throat several times. No, I'm fine. Then get ready to go already. We're going shopping, remember? Shopping. For what? I search my memories. The moment I do, images appear in my mind like a string of exploding light bulbs. Humans are temporal beings. But now you're fine. At least the memories came through. Are you sure about this, really? Oh, God. I remember now. I used the time link machine. You'll remember the future. That's right. What am I standing around for? Where am I? Huh? I grab Kurisu's shoulders and pull her close. What time is it now? What month? What day? Hey, that hurts. Calm down. How can I be calm? Shopping. You said we're going shopping. Which shopping trip is she talking about? Daru is sitting at his computer, staring at us wide-eyed. Daru, what day is it? What time is it? Well, it's the 13th, a little past 5. 15th, a little past 5. Did it work? It should be the same day, right? Did I manage to time leap in the middle of all that chaos? Did my memories really jump through time? Does that mean I've leaped into my past self? Is there a chance that it was all a dream? Thinking back, forward, it doesn't seem real. Commandos breaking into the lab, it's like something out of a Hollywood movie. But the sight of Mayuri, broken and bloody, is burned into my eyes. I remember the smell of the blood, the sound of the gunshot, the weight of the headgear on my head, the pain of the bullet tearing through my arm, Kurisu screaming, Suzuha fighting to defend us. I remember it all vividly. I touched my arm. No bullet holes, no pain even. Was it all a dream? I don't know. I've never time leaped before. I can only hope that it was a dream. Don't treat it like a dream! A future like that is too much to bear. I recall Mayuri's last moments and my eyes fill with tears. I force the tide of emotion back. Where's Mayuri? I look around the lab. Karisu and Daru are here. But I can't find Mayuri. Where's Mayuri? She just left saying she was going to Lukashi's place. Weren't you listening? That's right. Mayuri went to beg Lukaka to wear her costume. She won't return until it's time for the party. What do I do? What do I believe? Was it a dream? It was clearly not a dream, dude. You were just screaming in pain. Or was it real? Treat it as real, please. If it was a dream, then I don't have to worry about anything. If it was real, then I need to act now. I take a deep breath. It must have been a dream. There's no way something like that could really happen. It was a nightmare brought on by my anxiety, that's all. There's no other logical explanation. No, I desperately persuade myself that it's so. No! Little do I know I will still stand and regret my foolishness as I relive it again like a dumbass. Karisu goes shopping alone. I stay in the lab with Daru, waiting for Mayuri to return.
I'm back.
An innocent smile. Mayuri is alive. Nothing will happen to her. No, by all means, just watch her die again. I was worried for nothing. When Susuha arrives, we begin the meeting.
Okarin. I called Ferris-chan and Luka-chan, but they said they couldn't come.
I heard these words before. Yes! Let it click, you idiot. Deja vu. A trick of the mind. Oh, do they have plans?
Ferris-chan has a Rhinut tournament.
Crap, I should have gone to cheer. How careless of me.
And Luka-chan seems embarrassed for some reason.
Maybe she thinks you'll make her wear a costume again. It's just like my dream, which is not a dream, you fucking idiot. I've never remembered a dream this vividly before. I remember every word that was spoken. You still haven't convinced her to cosplay.
She said it was embarrassing. I keep telling her cuteness is justice, but she never listens.
Cuteness is justice. Is that what they say?
You're cute too, Chris-chan. Hey, Komima's coming up. Wanna go? I can't make something new, but I have a costume of Post-Awakening Sarah from Bloodtoon I made last year. I think the size is just right for you too.
Me, cosplay. I'm sorta interested. But I refuse to do it in public though.
You don't have to show anyone, but eventually you'll want them to see. The cosplay demon compels you. That reminds me, Chris-chan, you're always wearing that cute uniform. What school is it from?
Oh, this? I attended a yamen for about 2 weeks. I modeled this outfit after their uniform.
Oh, their uniform is really cute, but you made it even cuter. You might have really good design sense. I'll bring the costume tomorrow, okay? Will you try it on then?
Huh, sure. And cue Suzuha. When's the photo shoot? Good to know you're still a pervert, Hashida. Come on, it's Bloodtoon Sarah. She's got Panmoro going on. Panmoro? It means her panties completely exposed. No way.
It's okay. You might not know this, but last year there was a really popular saying. They're not panties, so it's not embarrassing.
Japan is over. Wait. Was that was new. Right?
Wear it, okay? It's a promise.
Okay, no, there's Suzuha. I was like, wait, isn't that where Suzuha jumped in? And I was like, nope, okay, it's here. Something has to diverge, though, right? Because we did alter it slightly by not going with Karisu for the shopping trip, so maybe you shouldn't bother. Suzuha speaks, her tone sharp. She's scowling at Karisu again. God, Okurin, just realize, man. Suddenly the atmosphere in the room changes. I remember this too. I feel like I'm losing my mind here. You're asking for trouble by trusting Makise Karisu. What's that supposed to mean? I've been meaning to ask, did I do something to offend you? Not to me, but I know everything you have done. What do you mean? I've done nothing to be guilty of. Perhaps, but I know your true nature. Wow, you can see into my heart. That's groundbreaking technology. I'd love to know how it works. It's not science, it's a prediction. So you're just making it up. I know.
Okurin!
Mayuri clings to me with teary eyes.
Stop them from fighting!
Shall I listen to Mayuri's plea like I did in the dream? Knowing that I can't stop the fight, should I just let Mayuri handle it instead? I don't know. Can't move a muscle.
Jeez.
Mayuri pouts, then goes over to the two girls.
Guys, Mayushi doesn't like it when you fight. Let's all get along, okay?
Daru comes over to chat with Suzuha, and gradually peace returns to the lab. Kurisu is in the development room, making a call. Probably to her mother in America. I sit on the sofa and watch TV while sipping Dr. P. I can't pay attention to what I see on the screen. It doesn't enter my head. Mayuri sits down next to me. She peels a banana and begins eating it.
Hey, Okurin. It's been really lively here the past few weeks, huh?
Stop it. Why are you saying the same things as in that terrible dream? It was a dream. It has to be a dream.
It's fun.
Mayuri smiles happily, not noticing my lack of a reply.
Now that there's 8 lab mems, Mayushi thinks it's getting a little cramped in here. First, we don't have enough chairs. We should buy more. Do you have money, Okurin?
I shake my head wordlessly. For some reason, I'm afraid to look Mayuri in the face.
I guess you can use some of my salary. We need a new microwave too, otherwise I can't warm up any juicy chicken number 1. Okurin, are you okay? You don't look so good.
It's nothing.
Are you feeling sick? Then you need to rest. Wanna lie down? You can lie on my lap, okay?
I'm not. Run, you fool! Run! Before I could finish, the television erupts with an urgent news bulletin. The subtitles read, "Terrorist bomb threat suspends Yamano, Tsobu, Keihin, and Tohoku lines." A bomb threat? Hang on, those lines all pass through Akiba. How is Mayushi gonna get home?
Oh yeah, I should go home.
No, can't be. It's the same. Every last thing is the same. Okabe Rintaro, I need to know. It was a dream. You've completed the time leap machine, right? Had to be a dream. But if it was a dream, then why? Are you listening? Oh, the time leap machine's done. Oh, okay. I just remembered I've got something to do. I'm going out. Suzuha leaves the lab without another word. What's wrong with her? Does she know what's about to happen? Nothing's going to happen. The break-in was a dream. But no matter how hard I try to convince myself of that, I can't shake the icy hand clutching my heart. Lock the door! I can't breathe. Even though it's hot and humid, my body shivers. Lock the door, I'll buy you at least a couple seconds. I remember this feeling too, from the dream. Did I choose wrong? Was I granted a second chance only to let it go to waste? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. stop feeling around my fingers. I look down and see Mayuri's hand holding mine. When I look up, I see worry written in her face. I reflexively look toward the door. If the dream wasn't a dream, then any second now. Yup. It happens exactly as I remember. Alright. That's where we're going to end the episode for today. 'Cause dang it, okay. All you had to do was believe in yourself, man. You couldn't even do that. I mean, yeah, it's a terrible reality to face, but god dang it, man. A little faith in yourself would have been nice, but I guess it makes kind of sense since now we know that he, you know, started up the whole act for Mayuri. Except, and I guess it's just gotten so strong lately, it's hard to differentiate between what it was and what it is now. Instead of how much of it's just his mind playing games. You have to try and keep up the illusion to keep her happy. But oh my goodness, how freaking sweet is it to know that everything he's done up until this point has been for her. Like, that is some truly, like, heartfelt, cute stuff right there. And just following her to the graveyard every day and watching over her, like, oh my goodness, he is just a sweet soul. Or at least he was when he was a child. He got a little weird, but, I mean, that was because of his sweet soul in the first place. So it's still sweet. Oh, god. That's precious. But that is the main point. I'm assuming we're just going to do the time leap again, and third time's the charm, hopefully. It's going to be stupid if we get, like, stuck in a loop of just watching Mayuri die over and over again. He needs to get some sense knocked into him. I thought he would have at least tried to lock the door. Or something. But nope, did not happen. Alright, but that's where we're going to end the episode for this time. Next time, I'm sure we're just going to watch Mayuri die again and do another time leap, and hopefully this time it will stick. So, until then, like and subscribe if you want to, and thank you for watching.